book nerds, welcome to another Facebook Live session. And my name is Rohan Raj, as you know. I'm the co founder at Book Nerds, and it's an honor to have uh, Ms. Kavita Bhatnagar here with us, and the latest author on our platter of so many other authors. But we are so happy to have you, ma'am, first of all.
Thank you, Rohan, and good evening, everyone. Good evening to all book nerds. It's a pleasure to be here and connect with all of you.
Thank you, ma'am, for sparing time. And you know why we are here? We are not just going to talk about just books, but a particular book, and it's called Second Chance. And this is a name which would resonate with so many people because second chances. I mean, in the context of the book, of course, we'll be delving in detail that what does it mean, what are we hinting at, but with everyone there has to be if you get a second chance, you have to grab it or it's so I read the book and I was pleasantly surprised because the I was expecting a run of the mill kind of romance genre story, and I was totally surprised by what direction you have taken with the book. And first of all, congratulations, this is your debut book. The first one is always so much special, you know so congratulations. And before that, I would like to tell a little bit about the book and, of course, the author. So, the book is about this girl, Ragini, who has been divorced, unfortunately, at the age of 26. And she is, I mean, I don't like the word, but you can call her conventional. And she is looking for a happy life, looking for companionship in life, and she resorts to these online portals to find a person who is kind of on the same wavelength, or whom she likes. And she runs into some trouble, and I won't reveal too much, but that's the story and how things unveil. So that's about the story and the book. And about the author, of course. The author is Dr. Kavita Bhatnagar, first of all. That's important. And she is an Indian Revenue Service officer. She belongs to Ajmer. And by the way, the book is based elsewhere in Uttar Pradesh and Lucknow and that area. And she holds a doctorate in political economy. She has represented the country at World Customs Organization and World Trade Organization. Ma'am, so much is happening in your life. I mean, the Indian Revenue Service, and then this book that comes in, and you have to find time for it. Of course, that's the most important thing. So tell us first that how difficult it is. A lot of IAS officers and revenue service officers and all kinds of officers are writing now. But how are you guys finding time and the bandwidth?
Well, first of all, Rohan, thank you for the kind introduction. And see, it's very simple. When you follow your heart, then you always find the time for it.
Right.
So writing has always been, something which I enjoyed doing since my school and college days. And I was always writing, in school. My friends would come up to me and say, Ki, Kavita, would you write the speech for me? And my teachers would say, don't give up writing, keep writing. I started off with poems and then graduated into this fiction last year.
Right.
So, when you're writing, you're consumed by it.
Right.
So it's not that difficult to find the bandwidth because mentally you are always, associated with what you are going to write.
Right.
And as far as the actual writing is concerned, I think once the flow comes, so you stretch it irrespective of the time and the hours.
Right.
And till the time it saturates, and then you give it a stop for a pause or for some time.
Right.
So I think it's all about following your passion and your heart.
Right. Great. So you said that you've started with poems. I felt that you deliberately kept away from the poetry side of you because I didn't, and of course the subject wasn't like that. But did you do that deliberately because it needed that treatment?
No, well, I write poems in Hindi, and I have brought out two books of poems also earlier.
Yeah.
And if you have read the book, then you'll notice that Ragini is also fond of poems.
Yeah.
So So that somewhere that thing has,
You
a
have it.
hint has been given. A
Yeah.
hint has been given.
So my bad, totally. But yeah, so that was something that was in my mind. I would like to go to page 115, and this really kind of was the, I would say, the crux of the plot, and pretty interesting. You mentioned that one evening she came across an interesting post, looking for that second chance, which hopefully is the last one, looking for that special someone who is as comfortable sitting beside me driving at 150 kilometers per hour as sitting in a park, a person with whom I can talk about everything in the world and yet enjoy the silences too. Life isn't a bed of roses, but with that someone special, it needn't be a bed of thorns either. And this was like, quite relatable also. And yeah, would you like to shed some light on this part?
Yeah,
And
sure. These lines that you have picked,
yeah,
they are, indeed very special lines to me,
yeah,
because I will have to share here that I have been through a divorce and a remarriage.
yeah,
And I also met my husband on the
yeah,
internet only.
yeah,
And this is how he worded his profile.
yeah,
And I could actually sense that here is someone who is having the same feeling as I am having, in the need of finding a companion.
right,
So you can say that these lines were a clincher for me,
yeah,
and I have therefore put them in the book so
yes,
that the audience can also realize that it's the emotional need is not only in the girl,
yeah,
but it is very much there in the males
right,
also, and
right,
it's there in our society that somehow the males do not have to express the emotions,
yeah,
but when they do,
yeah.
then magic happens.
Oh yes, and magic did happen. Of course, I won't reveal the
Yes.
plot and the details, because everybody has to pick up the book and kind of leave a review on Amazon to do that. If you have any questions, guys, you can always put it in the comments and I'll be taking them. Vinita Ashit Jain says, I love them too. So people are giving you praise and kind of appreciating what you have done. um, I really wanted to ask you, in this day and age when there are certain platforms where you can go, and Ragini goes to those platforms, how does one deal with rejection? I mean previously I have also been on these kind of platforms in another format, of course, but how does one deal with rejection, and what are the things that one has to take care of?
Yes. See, there are two aspects here. One is the divorce, which Ragini undergoes.
Yeah,
And I would say any divorce, it causes a dent in your self esteem, no doubt.
right, right,
You tend to question yourself, you tend to question your decision making, and your self worth takes a beating, basically.
right,
But it is very important to heal and rise above that feeling, and to ensure that you move on in life.
yeah,
And then the second part comes when Ragini tries to remarry and
yeah,
she feels that she is being rejected by suitors.
right,
But if you have read the book, then you'll know it is Ragini who is rejecting the suitors,
yeah, yeah,
because she wants to marry someone on her terms. She wants to find someone who is like minded, who can be a companion.
yeah,
In fact, I would just take a moment to read out this paragraph from the book, where her sister finds a match for her,
yeah,
but she doesn't like him.
yeah,
And she says very strongly, and I quote, Didi, thus getting married means I say yes to a person whose thinking is totally incompatible with mine.
yeah,
For me, a second marriage is important for the sake of fulfillment, companionship, and happiness.
yeah,
Do you think I will be getting even an iota of that
yeah,
with this toad?
yeah.
So she's very clear that she doesn't want to marry any Tom, Dick, and Harry.
True, true. Is this?
And therefore she goes through that,
Yeah.
she
Sorry,
goes
sorry
through
to
that
cut you off.
tumultuous
Yeah,
yeah, she goes through that tumultuous phase in her life till she finds a match whom she can be feeling aligned to.
yeah. If I'm not wrong, you're talking about Deepak Srivastava and that encounter, is it?
Yes,
That's oh,
yes, you
so
you got it right.
I was like, all Srivastavas are not like that, but
Oh no.
anyway, so people up north in Uttar Pradesh would understand what I mean. They'll understand, and not it's just a disclaimer. Not everybody is like that.
Yes.
Okay, tell me, ma'am, something, post COVID, the dynamics have changed, of dating, of kind of, meeting people. It has all changed. What's happening? I mean, is there a change in human behavior? How are these online portals changing? Have they changed at all? Because how do people meet now? And how do people date? Because in the book, if there's a character called Mia, who is the complete opposite. She's a complete kind of progressive and modern. At least she pretends to be. I mean, and pretty good at it. She's got a Dehradun connection also.
No.
So yeah,
Yes. See, yes, the virtual world, we are now living in a virtual world. And I don't know how dating is happening except on the internet.
true,
So it's like Ragini has also started using this virtual world long back.
right,
And Mia, as you said, is the complete opposite. But I think Ragini is also very progressive
yeah,
because not everyone from a small town, first of all, is able to divorce and end an abusive relationship.
true, true.
We are simply told, we are told, or we also tell our known ones that nibhalo.
Yes, yes,
So in that sense, she is not conventional. She is quite progressive.
right. I
And Mia, because as you were saying, Mia has taken on that facade of being a liberated girl
yeah,
because she has been hurt.
yeah,
But from her inside, perhaps she is also what Ragini is.
right. True,
So I
true.
think the book exposes these two characters in a very different way. They are different and yet similar.
I would love a spin-off just with Mia and Ragini, having fun. Because the chapter where they are having fun in Goa was one of my favorites because,
Yes,
it's not just about Goa, but Ragini, got rid of her inhibitions there. And then it
yes,
changes. So would you like to say about that? About that?
yes. In fact, it is my one of my favorite parts in the book also
Yeah,
because first of all, that's a totally new environment that these girls find themselves in,
right,
and Ragini has by that time Ragini is fed up of her chase, and she wants to give it all up.
right.
But that chapter builds up into a lot of anticipation that
Yeah,
something will happen when Neil comes on and there is that dancing going on and there is a lot of anticipation in the air.
yeah,
But the only thing which happens is Mia unburdening herself to Ragini,
right,
and then Ragini realizing that she needs to be determined to find a match again. So
yeah,
it sort of clears her shadows
yeah,
and then takes her on into the final phase of her search
yeah,
where she finds a Prince Charming.
right.
So,
Yeah, but let's talk about the taboo that is associated with second marriages and when somebody is divorced. I mean, I can feel it. I mean, there is it is so much in our DNA that even I mean, a friend of mine went through it, and I was just talking to him, and I could feel it that the person was not comfortable, talking about it, and it's very hard. I mean, he had to perhaps go through therapy, and I mean, total treated as an outcast. I mean, there is so much going on. It's ridiculous. So,
yes, but it
what?
is there.
Yeah,
It is very much there. And I think every woman who has taken up this step to
yeah,
be single or for whatever reason,
yeah,
I think she knows what it is to experience a social taboo like a divorce.
right,
And if she has children, then all the more, because the society will tell her
yeah,
that you have children, maybe you are financially independent, why do you need to remarry? So remarry is even more of a taboo than a divorce,
yeah,
you see. And the neighbors, your immediate family, your extended family, everybody will try and tell you that first of all, don't divorce.
yeah,
Secondly, if you divorce, then stay single.
yes,
So there is no concept in our society, unfortunately, of really moving on.
right,
And at the same time, today's generation, if you see the metros and all,
yeah,
so the concept of live-in has gained so much of momentum.
yeah,
So India, this is what India is all
yes,
about. There's so much disparity in our social systems now,
yes,
but thankfully things are changing,
yeah,
and women who have divorced or who are single and who want to move on, they are finding acceptance gradually.
Right. Uh, Divya says it's a lovely book. It's an unputdownable read. Thank you, Divya. Thank you so much. I mean, that's a
Thank you.
great compliment coming your way. You talked about taboos, and a lot of feminists will read the book and say that why remarry. I mean, that's a very common question. पहला question जो आएगा दिमाग में वो यही आएगा, because I am like, I would call myself a half feminist. So I'm not sure that I am fully a feminist, but I'm there. So मेरा भी यही था. I mean, first question was why? Why is it needed?
But then I think, in my view,
Yeah.
true feminism is about being able to make your choices.
Okay.
So this book is about Ragini's perspective.
Yeah.
And if Ragini wants to remarry, then why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I get-
and Mia wants to engage her in the world of dating.
Yeah.
But she says no. She's very determined that she doesn't want to be Mia's way.
Yeah.
And therefore she goes ahead in a search. She gets hurt. She gets betrayed.
Yeah.
But she doesn't give up.
Right.
So
I mean,
that shows
Yeah.
that shows her courage, in fact.
Yeah, quite tenacious, to be honest, because a lot of people, I mean, I wouldn't have taken that well. I mean, so many rejections, so I mean, not rejections exactly, but
But so many failures before she actually tries and finds a suitable match.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Let's talk about all the encounters, or maybe some of them. You have incorporated
Yeah.
some. There is Krishna, there is, of course, Kadam, and there is Mani, whom I loved a lot. And we need the backstory also on that. So tell us about these encounters, because all of them were kind of, very different from each other.
Yes, as I was writing, so each of the characters grew in their own way and took a concrete shape.
Yeah.
And then I realized, that somewhere by default they were each coming from a different part of the country.
Yeah.
And that characteristics were being taken on by them.
Yeah.
So if Ravish is a Bengali, he will behave in a certain way.
Right.
Whereas as Deepak, as you said, is from Uttar Pradesh, so that I mean, pardon me for saying it, but that chauvinism is there in him, which we see in the
It's fine.
Uttar Pradesh.
I mean, my.
So it happened.
Yeah, a lot of my.
Yeah, it happened by default.
Yeah.
And then if you talk of Krishna is one of my favorite characters. So, that whole Bollywood flamboyance is captured in him, and he's always singing, and he really sweeps Ragini off her feet.
Yeah.
And then that twist, which came is totally something which takes Ragini to hell.
I didn't expect that, to be honest. I was like, okay, this is not happening. But yeah, so you have to, I mean, to know the twist, you have to read the book, pick it up from Amazon or anywhere you can. Ma'am, any bookstores in Delhi or elsewhere?
Yes, Delhi, I think all major bookstores like Bhari Sons and my publisher, Sterling Publishers, has got quite a big distribution network, and they have sent the book to all bookstores. Shortly, it will be available at the airports also.
Right.
So if you are traveling, just grab a copy and enjoy your journey with the Ragini's journey.
Oh yes, I really wanted to ask you that Ragini is working in Lucknow, and she's an independent woman. She doesn't need this actually, but of course she's pursuing it. But what is your perspective on the balancing act? It's very tough to kind of a lot of guys who are searching for companionship expect that it's a very cliched line that you need to balance work with doing taking care of my mom and etc etc etc, that all that is put in online ads also. We see that it's very common. I mean, don't you think it's kind of very hard to live up to that, and why are guys doing that?
Yes, it is difficult. I mean, at any stage in life, to find that balance is very difficult.
Yeah.
And for someone as young as Ragini, I think it's very unrealistic if we expect her to balance this work and the personal life equation, because at that age when she's 26 and divorced,
Yeah.
her priority
Yeah.
is to find a match again. And
Yeah.
maybe that's why, you find that she takes leave from her work often.
Yeah.
She travels here, she travels there in search.
Yeah.
And I have not really created a layer
Yeah.
where her professional life is covered much.
Right.
Why? Because again, the focus was on the personal aspect.
True. True. True.
So as her thought process is focused on the personal part, so the book is dealing with that part only.
Yeah.
But I think it's very difficult to find that balance at a young age, and Ragini couldn't have done it.
Yeah. I think.
So maybe if I write,
Yeah, I was
I'm
saying.
saying maybe if I write,
Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead, please.
you, I'm saying if I write a sequel
Yes.
and I see Ragini settled in her life with money,
Yes.
maybe that book would be more about her professional aspirations
Yes.
and professional dreams and all.
Yeah. So Bala is saying that I purchased on Kindle right now. So yeah, it's somebody is going to read the book and know those twists what we are talking about. Um, Tell me something. Your writing schedule. How does it happen? And what about reading? Because if a writer has to kind of evolve and go ahead from the first book, one has to kind of keep reading. And you have mentioned a lot of books in this book, of course. So that's why this question came up. You have mentioned
Yes,
at certain points in time. So do you get time for all of that? Because your schedule must be kind of quite tight.
yes, it's a very demanding job that I am in,
Yeah,
and a very full-time job. I cannot even say it's 9 to 6, because sometimes you are expected to be on duty 24/7.
true.
So that's why writing this book took a lot of time.
Yeah,
It wasn't something which I wrote quickly,
yeah,
but I started in 2015, and the first draft happened after 2 years. Then
yeah,
I couldn't find time to go back to it. I was transferred and I came to Delhi, and I was in a more challenging assignment.
yeah,
So I normally write on weekends
yeah,
and sometimes in the evenings, where some thought process has to be continued.
yeah,
And as you have said, reading, of course, I have been an avid reader, but in between, somewhere it took this thing beating. I could not read as much as I would have wanted to do.
true.
So I would buy the books and then not being able to read it. But I have realized now, as you are saying, that if I have to write, then I have to read more.
Yeah.
And therefore, I plan to read at least sometime before I go to sleep. So some reading is mandatory for me now.
Wonderful, because sometimes it happens. I mean, sometimes writers start writing, and it's a loop. I mean, you keep on writing, you get addicted to it, and then kind of the evolution maybe might suffer. And I was talking to Anuradha Kumar, I think so, a week back, and she said that she had taken 12 to 13 years to write one particular book, and that's a lot of time.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, so that happens. That happens totally. I wanted to go to page 154, where you know uh, you are saying that she's feeling hurt even now. You wanted a life partner. You put out a profile, and when you found someone, you are turning your back because of self doubt. You wanted a second chance, and now you are throwing it away. Today you are regretting about Varsha. Tomorrow it may well be about Ragini. Don't live a life full of regrets. Have faith in yourself and in your emotions. And even if you have any doubts, talk to Ragini about them. You are belittling her and your relationship by staying away. She is a sensible girl. You know her better than I do. You must trust her to do the right thing, but do it before it's too late. And this part is quite pivotal in the entire scheme of thing, and the relationship between Mani and Ragini. It's a pivotal sort of moment. Um, can you kind of point out like how is the relationship? Can you describe it more? Because in contrast to Kadam, of course.
Yes. Now, see, this is a very sensitive part of the book, because of the whatever Mani has gone through,
Yeah,
and he has become distant from Ragini and is not able to connect to her at all.
yeah,
So that is leaving Ragini totally shattered,
yeah,
and she is unable to fathom the reason behind Mani's behavior.
yeah,
And she feels helpless. She doesn't want to chase him now after having committed to him. Why should she be the one surrendering to him? That is also her thought process.
Right.
And so I had to think of some ploy, some device which will make money come back to Ragini.
Right.
And yet it should not be Ragini who is, asking money to come back to her.
Right. Right.
So that is how this brotherly advice para came about. And we see Dinesh, who is a very, very sensible elder brother to Mani.
Yeah.
And he makes this effort to bring them both together, having met them and known their liking for each other.
Yeah.
And he realizes that Mani is going through some sort of upheaval.
Yeah.
And he tries to counsel him in such a way that he sheds his doubts and demons in his mind and comes closer to Ragini again.
Right.
Now, as you have raised a very valid point, that if we compare it with Kadam,
yeah.
Now Kadam's family was in fact more responsible for the divorce, and Kadam was a mere spectator in whatever abuse and torture was happening.
Right.
So I think it's very important to remember that in the Indian context, the family plays a very important role in the marriage.
True.
And you don't just marry a person, you marry the family.
Oh, yes.
And you form your own relationships after that, whether it's your first marriage or, God forbid, it's your second marriage. But it's very important to create your relationships with the family members. And it takes time, no doubt about it. It takes time, but you settle down just as water finds its level. Yeah. So relationships also take time to mature, and once you nurture them. Yeah. So hereby, what Dinesh did would have, given him a special place in Ragini's heart forever. Yeah. So by doing such gestures, by standing there for each other, I think a family is establishing its prime role as a unit, a harmonious unit.
Right. Jaspal is saying, what a wonderful insight into female emotions and psyche. That's a huge compliment. I mean, because a lot of writers write about this, I mean, and in various characters. So that's a compliment coming your way. Let's talk about Anil Kapoor. And, how can we forget?
Yes.
And when we encountered the picture where Anil Kapoor is kind of, revealing the book, and a great gesture by him. I didn't realize, what was happening.
Yeah, you can see the picture in the background.
Oh, yes, right there. So, and then I read the book, and there is an instance where, he comes in, and the Krishna episode, of course. And he comes in, and it's quite fascinating. Tell us more about that. It's a very fun part of the book, though.
Yes. So, somehow when I wrote the character of Ragini, I think it was influenced by my own personality. Yeah. And since I am a fan of Anil Kapoor, I made her a fan of Anil Kapoor. Then I realized that since I have mentioned about it, let me use it as a means to further the story.
Right.
And therefore, when Krishna takes her to meet Anil Kapoor, she takes it as a manifestation of Krishna's love for her.
Right.
Because she feels that here is a big dream which I had. Right. And here is this relative stranger who is almost proposing to her and is caring enough to make that dream fulfill for her. Yeah. And that is a very important part in the story, because that is what makes her want to commit to Krishna.
Right. True.
So in my personal life also, I have met Anil Kapoor, and he's apart from his stardom and all his aura, but I think he's a very gracious person, and he willingly agreed to do the launch for the book. Yeah. And it was a very good event that we had on 30th August, almost a year ago.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a very special part for me.
Wonderful. Tell me something. We were talking about books, and this is the Book Nerds. We have to talk about books. Some of your favorites, which might have influenced, not exactly this book, but your, kind of writing and reading genres.
Yes. Since, if you talk of the classics, then Thomas Hardy has been my favorite, although, people find him dull. But when I write, it comes to me that how Hardy would detail the environment.
Right.
And how he would bring out the nuances in the character.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course, it's, you can't compare me with Hardy, not at all. But I'm saying that thought is there in my mind to somehow bring that level out.
Yeah.
And of course, Hadi also wrote a lot about women. Some of
Right.
his women were very empowered characters.
Yeah.
So I think that is one influence. Then in Indian writing, I like Jhumpa Lahiri,
Okay.
and her style is also very very full of details.
Oh
So
yes. Oh
I
yes.
mean,
I was reading the Lowland, and it was so full of details, and I mean at most places. And you're right. I mean that detailing. I mean some people don't like it. I mean contemporary readers maybe they think that it's too much, but I really love
but
it. I mean,
yes, it adds a lot to the book in terms of
yeah,
lot of aspects.
yeah. So
And
I
then
mean,
and then I mean, I let me tell you that I am very fond of Chetan Bhagat also.
oh
So people
yeah,
people may tend to dismiss him,
why not? Why not?
but I think he has done what no author in recent times has done for the Indian public in terms of generating readers.
True, agree. Because I mean, it's I mean up to an individual what one wants to pick, and I mean all of us have read him. I mean, it's not
Yes, yes, we
that
cannot deny
we don't
that.
like to we don't like to appreciate that, because then it becomes kind of you are not a great reader or something. It happens. It's something which keeps on coming up. And if you dislike Chetan Bhagat, that's a very safe place to be in.
Yes,
Then you are very, kind of sophisticated.
when yes, you are intellectual and
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, that happens. And at Book Nerds, we really despise that, to be honest, because everybody has got a certain taste, and I mean, just read. I mean, what the hell? I mean,
and I think it's important for the book to be light and then convey a message.
yeah, yeah, totally.
So a good book, I feel, is a simple book which conveys a strong message.
Yeah, totally, totally. Great. So it has been great chatting to you about the book. And Second Chance, of course, is available on Amazon and major bookstores in Delhi. And what about the other parts of the country, ma'am? If you would like to tell everyone.
Yes, but I think because of COVID, the footfalls have been greatly reduced, and I
Yeah,
think everybody is turning to e-commerce. So
true, true.
the Kindle edition and the Amazon and the Flipkart editions, I think, very easily available there.
Yeah.
And
And so both
I
of us,
think
both of us don't like Kindle exactly. So just pick up a paperback. Okay? don't go for a Kindle only if you don't have a choice. Just pick up a paperback. You'll appreciate it more. The cover is very nice, and just pick it up. Leave your review on Amazon. You may reach Kavita ma'am on Facebook and Instagram. You are available there. You can leave a review there. Talk to her
yes,
online if
and
she has.
I would love to hear from book nerds about how they found the book.
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, that's about it. It was fun chatting with you, and I was expecting a very senior officer who is, very snobbish, but you are so relatable on so many levels. It was so much fun talking to you, and we are expecting a lot out of you in the near future.
Thank
Loads
you.
of books, and don't stop writing ever. Just, like
Yes,
your teacher said,
yes.
don't
Yes,
stop.
that will be my endeavor. That whatever I can think and present in terms of a story, I am able to reach out to
Yeah,
my audience with
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and look forward to many more such sessions with you.
Oh, yes, totally, totally. I love reading, and looking forward to so much more. The more the merrier, I would say.
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
it has been a great time. Thank you so much. And till next time, book nerds, pick up this book. But for any other content you want to pick up, any other book recommendation or something, do join us on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, wherever. And
And I would take this moment to just say that both you and Neha are doing a wonderful job and bringing and connecting the reader with the author and the books. I think it's tremendous, and more power to you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're so kind. And until next time, book nerds and everyone who's watching, I would like to say until next time, see you again at another live session. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rohan. Thank you, book nerds.